Kia ora koutou katoa. Hello Virgo, welcome to my YouTube channel and also my Facebook page. Okay, so I'm Lesley Ormsby, a psychic medium, healer, teacher of spiritual and mystical things and so much more. And this is part of the so much more. So now, as you probably realised, I used to say that little spiel when I first started doing this, and then it's changed and it's kind of evolved. But I feel the spirit of light brought me back to bringing that back in again. So there may be something that's back in the past that spirit are bringing back into your life, and you're thinking, what the hell for? Because you've grown. But actually, there may be that it's not so much just about that. It's about there's a new way or a different way of introducing yourself or showing people there's something new. The involvement of from where you've come from where you've been or where you've come from to where you are now, and how you hold yourself, hold your space, in the way that you're thinking, being, doing things, and that sort of thing. So there's like this whole new you that is still you, but it is like not so much a whole new you. I'm saying that, but for some of you, it may be that maybe people will see it that way. But I feel like there's this, but there's a blend of that too, and it's like whatever skills and abilities you've accumulated and built into you and absorbed and learned and shared and grown with in these last few months, years, weeks, whatever it is. Could be years, it's like there's some sort of evolvement they're talking about there. And with involvement as well, and involvement. So yeah, it's interesting that they talk about that. So anyway, going back to my introduction. So I just want to quickly say thank you for, to everybody for the thumbs up, likes, shares, comments, and the donations that have been coming through. And I just want to also encourage those of you who haven't subscribed for the subscriptions, subscribing to my channel as well. But those two who haven't, if you could do that now or at the end of the video. The other thing is I just want to remind everybody that these messages are general, so they may or may not resonate with you, so just keep that in mind. So especially for those who are of you who are new to this sort of thing, so yeah, just take what does resonate and leave what doesn't. However, what doesn't may not necessarily, it may be more of a forecast for you, so don't totally throw it out, or just put it aside. Okay, so others of you, like they're just talking about it, maybe more confirmation, like of what you've already intuitively sensing is coming forward, or something that you could be in right now, or at the beginnings of, or moving through it depending on where you are. So the other thing is, if it doesn't quite resonate, or even if it does and you want to find out a bit more about what's the messages are, just check out one of your other signs. So what I mean by that is, because this is for Virgo, and it could be Virgo could be in your sun, moon, rising, and or Venus sign on your chart. So if you don't know what your other signs are, there is a link in the description box below that will take you to a website that has a free calculator on it, and it will work it out for you. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna just about jump right into it, but I just want to say mainly going to be using the Starman Tarot today, and also the Crystal Spirits deck as well. We'll see, I've got a few crystals that are just sitting up here now, so we'll see what pops up and as we're going through this reading. So I've started shuffling as I was like talking, connecting with yous, and shifting from the other energy into this your guys' energy and girls' energy, and started shuffling, and these cards fell out, so I'm going to go with these. Okay, so the first card is the Sun. Okay, so the Sun talks about this is about opportunities basically. So this is I see lots of opportunities, and in this deck the Sun talks about being the where are they going with it? Lots of opportunities basically. I'm just trying to find it in this book, because it's like this. It has a really nice affirmation that goes with this. That's why I'm trying to find it first, so I can read it. So it should be right here. Oh, here we go. There we go. So I celebrate golden opportunities that life brings, and that's like the key, the anchor card today, or the the lead card today, or the one to, you know, bring into your energy today or this week. Basically, I celebrate life's opportunities, that, you know, the golden opportunities that life brings me, either way if you want to say that. So it's like there are, you know, golden opportunities that I feel like you may have thought, shit, I should have done that, you know, blah blah blah, but actually it's, you know, too late now. So it's like with all these other ideas and feelings that actually, you know, you can still pick that up and run with it on saying that. Okay, so you may be going into too late now sort of energy, but no. So there are different ideas that I feel like, so it's that are coming up, and it's like just going with it, and it's about choosing one, running with that, and then you can add the others later. This is where they're going with that. So and it may be that, and you know, you can pick up something that you were going to do in the past, and maybe you started doing something in the past, but it's like, okay, but it's running with that idea, because they're talking about, you know, that word failure, and that's actually, that's if we are to have something that we've failed at, or it's not worked out, there's a learning curve in there. So just take what needs to, but what you know, take the learning from that, and it's not saying stop. You know, often, you know, it's like the energy, what most of us have been growing up with is, it's like, oh well, you know, we just go into that, I'm just going to stop, and I'm going to, but it's like, don't give up, just keep going, take the learning from that, and when you're ready to move into the next phase, it's like, what have you learned from that? So it's like, but it's not also just learning from our failures, we can learn from our successes as well. So don't think that you have to fail to learn something, because it's not true. So you would have learned many things. So taking from what the successes are too is moving forward as well, and as well as the failures, the learnings from the failures. So so I kind of feel like the key, one of the messages that's coming through is that maybe stopping you is because of the what's gone in your head about failing, or that didn't work, but having a look at why it didn't work, basically, okay? Because it's not a failure. Okay, I'm just saying, okay, something failed to work, but that's it, okay? It's learning from that, okay? So they're not just like, then what I hear Spirit is saying, it's not, you know, defuncting the word failure, because, okay, if you failed, you failed. It's just like, that's what it is. But it's not going in there and, you know, beating yourself up to a pulp with it, because, you know, you can't, the word failure in there is just, it's basically something didn't work out, and it may be through your own, you not putting enough effort into it, or something. You may have listened to somebody and not listened to your own intuition. So that's what they mean about why did something not work out so well. So that's where they're going. It's not taking it in and, like, you know, and beating yourself up to a pulp, okay, about it. So this is about, so the alien and the Starman and the King of Cups came out together, fell out together. So I want to go to the alien first. So the alien is the Hermit in this deck, or the Hermit is the alien in this deck. So the Hermit is about going inward, okay, going deeper inward and looking at, you know, reflecting on with what has been going on with you, and, you know, going and, you know, connecting to the spirit within, basically. So with this deck, that's what it talks about. But basically, that was the Hermit does. When we retreat and we go into this place, and we're figuring out, okay, working out how we failed. What was that failure about? What is failure about? So how we succeeded. That, you know, there are parts in there within that failure. There are successions, or there would be things that you will have succeeded with as well. So it's like, you know, don't just go to that part, okay? Go to the other part, because it finds that balance, okay? And then and then the alien comes. So this is with the alien. So there's, because I'm hearing like there's a foreign object in a way, or a foreign being, or a foreign thought in there that needs to be eliminated. So, and it's that negative self-doubt thing that they're talking about there on saying that. So, but the Hermit, the alien, will, you know, it's about going away, because you can see like he's backed up into that, into that doorway where, or a cupboard or whatever it is, into that space. But he's searching, he's looking, you know, he's searching, looking to figure out what it is that is, you know, what is there. And he's not, and he may be looking down, but I feel like he's giving me the energy of looking down. Because he's looking into what it was that created this and that and whatever, and what happened there. Okay, then we have the Starman who says, I will blow your mind. Okay, so he goes in, he brings in this energy of, you know, going out there with confidence and, you know, learning from what, like, the mistakes or the mistakes and the misconceptions, but learning from the successes as well, and going into this energy of, you know, going out there bigger and bolder than ever before. Then we have the King of Cups, and there's a sense of, with the King of Cups, as being more in control of their emotions. Okay, that there is a sense of, you know, with the King of Cups, that there is a sense of, you know, now I know how to handle them. Now I know how to discern what is mine and what is not mine. Now I know how to handle with that discernment of what is mine is not, and what is not mine as well. That's what where they're going with that. It's like, it's because it's sometimes it's not going in there with like rah rah rah. It's getting past that and realizing that actually your part in it and taking responsibility for it, and not allowing that to overcome you or overrule you with your decisions that you're making. That's why he's come up. He's just saying, you know, and he's letting you know. So whether you are a male or a female, and it could be that there is a male energy that's in your life that is a Cups, a King of Cups energy as well, but you may need to go into that role or move into that role as becoming more in tune with your emotions. And it's like the only way you're going to do that is like going through them, feeling them, healing them, understanding them. Okay, so this is for, depending on where you are with it, this is here. And that is there too. So there may be something that you will go through in processing that. So bring, you know, all those energies and all those factors into play, okay, as you're moving forward. The Eight of Swords. See, the Eight of Swords talks about restriction. So we are the only ones really that restrict ourselves from our thoughts, okay? Because this is, you know, Swords, it's about communication. It's also about asserting our power, creating, you know, communicating your ideas and your thoughts clearly. And making decisions, basically, with the ones that I'm hearing, with, you know, through life challenges. We're all going to have life challenges, but it's like whatever our words, you know, our thoughts, you know, turn into actions and blah, blah, blah. It's what are you doing about that? So this is about freeing yourself. So this one here, you've restricted yourself in the way that you, with your thoughts and your feelings and your actions. So this is about freeing yourself from that. So all these beautiful energies there are saying that, yes, this is here. This is here now. There are all these golden opportunities, and don't let them pass by. Then we have all these. It's like going in there and figuring out what it is. And you may have already gone in there with a lot of stuff before, but there must be something that's coming up again that for a lot of you is that it's there again. So it's kind of that evolution of evoluting, which I might have just made up a new word. But anyway, there's an evolvement of an involvement. You know, where there's always something to learn. Research and learn from, and connect and learn from, and blah blah blah. So it goes on and on. So but I do feel some of you are super restricting yourself. So some of you may already be there and untying that as well. But I feel like a good portion of you are just there. You may be in that right now. So, and then we get to the wheel, which is in reverse. So maybe you're not seeing as, you know, what, you know, things, you know, that cycle, that going in that cycle of things. There may be a little bit of a block there that you might go into, and it's like as you're, you know, moving through that or unfreeing yourself, and restricting yourself, because it's restricting that. So seeing is, you know, this is like the Wheel of Fortune for some. They call it the Wheel of Fortune in other decks. So, but it's basically, you know, there's a cycle in life. There are cycles in life, and you're just going through a cycle, and this too will pass. Okay, sometimes we're on our knees, we're brought to our knees, and then we like find our resilience, our courage, and our strength. And then we gain that confidence, and then we start to move up and go up the top. And we're up the top again before we know, and we've crawled up there, and then something else might happen. So our energy, but we're learning from it. And more often than not, though, it's finding that balance where we're more teetering, you know, back, you know, that way, and then it gets shorter. So we're more up there. We're more at the top of it rather than, you know, going around and around in circles. But there is a circle. There is the circle of life, or the wheel of life. There is cycles that go through there, and sometimes we don't. It's not of our own doing, you know. So it's kind of like, you know, but we go through a learning, you know, we go through a learning curve, is sometimes we're meant to. They're giving me an example, like with COVID coming. It's not of our own doing, but it's how we respond to it. It's how we adapt to the circumstances that are presented to us, and and our resilience, and how we work through it, and all that sort of thing. So there's a cycle of life. What goes around. It's not even what goes around comes around, but this too will pass, is what I'm hearing. It's just a cycle. So, and you may be like finding your way back up around there, and then and staying more up the top. And you may have been more at the top, but there may have been changes that might have been needed. So, COVID, swung a lot of, with the lockdowns and everything, swung everybody around. Still is to some degree in some way or form, but it's a learning. Okay, so this is, I'm hearing the word resilience from there, but in learning your coping mechanisms, and for your courage and strength and growth. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to go so yeah, the wheel of fortune, or the wheel of life, is amazing. So we can make it whatever we want. It's about learning and growing with it. So Celestite. Oh, I'm just the only one. Okay, they come out quite strongly. Celestite. Now this one came up the other day, but I can't think who that was for. Okay, so I'm just gonna see what I can find, because all my other notes, I'm doing a little bit differently today because this week, because I can. Celestite, and it's kind of like I feel like doing something different. So now this is a really, well, they're all really super beautiful gems. These beautiful, all crystals are for me, but it's like obviously some are going to resonate more with depending on what is going to going on in our lives. So Celestite stone carries a gentle, uplifting energy. It is known for inviting angels into a space, making it a stone that fosters your connection to higher realms. It can allow communication between yourself and your guardian angels. Celestite is one of our favorite stones to keep your bedroom, especially for children and babies, to bring angels into their space and promote restful sleep. So I am surrounded by love, light, and my guardian angels. So that is absolutely beautiful. So Celestite can also, is not only used for connecting to the angelic realms, but it also, it helps to enhance, our psychic abilities, as well as purifying the aura. So there's a few more notes. So I think what I really like this is about, it's the gentle energy about it, and how it purifies and cleanses, the room or a room. And I could just feel it in, like in a child's or baby's room. So it's kind of just reminded me about what I might get for my grandchildren, actually. So I just want to go to these cards, the angels, talking about the angels. There's a collective angel deck of mine here. They've just given me messages over time, across time. Oh, the moon, watching your emotions with the moon. Okay, remembering and taking note of what your emotions are like with each moon cycle, is in that sense. So health, taking care of your health. Okay, so there may be a shift in your health regime there, Virgo. So there may be something, you may be overworking yourself, you may be overworking yourself with your thinking, with your emotions and that sort of thing, and buying into somebody else's bullshit and, or bullcrap, all that sort of stuff. So be mindful of that, because it can affect our health. So it's about learning, or stepping into that space again, which you may have just stepped out of for a bit, about, strengthening your aura, and putting, pushing your energy out when you're cleared and cleansed your aura. It could be your chakras as well, so taking note of what's going on in there. But with all this stuff here, is probably bringing up some of that, what's going on with you mentally and emotionally, also physically as well, because there's a whole lot of things for different folks of yous out there, Virgo, you Virgoians out there. So it's like, but there's something, like taking a look at it, because these beautiful cards here are here to help you. But all of them, even the restriction card, but it's just saying, like, to let yourself free. Do not restrict yourself with somebody else's, with what should be, to something maybe what could be. But this is your choice. Okay, I just keep going. Okay. Where we go? Okay, I think that's it. Anyway, that was really short and sweet and to the point. So I feel like that's what it needed to be for you today. So, and maybe it's about you being short and sweet and to the point, but in a loving way, is, you know, on saying that, okay? Yep. Anyway, I'm going to leave that with you for now. So God bless you. God protect you. And lots of love, peace, harmony, joy, excitement, adventure, and prosperity in abundance from myself, my amazing spiritual team, the amazing Zion team energy, as well as the amazing Virgo energy. Okay, bye for now. See you next Tuesday.